All right, so welcome everybody to Peace Talk. I love that you're here today, Natalie. And
Thank you.
yeah, thank you. Thank you for your courage. I think it's courageous to do this work that's on our own inner life and our inner, and then we're watching. And I love when we were just doing the little briefing before we start to do the process. You were saying, I need to do it on myself. I need to do it on myself. And I thought, let's just start right away and I'm going to record this because it's so common for people to say, I don't really have trouble with what's going on in the world. I actually always know that it comes back to me. And in a way, there's a wisdom to that because when you sort of sit back and look for a moment, you say, right, if I'm arguing with reality, whatever is in reality, I'm stressed out and I lose.
Mhm.
So I just need to fix myself, the mind will say.
Mhm.
The thing that is interesting about that is I am part of reality, even in my
Mm.
little stories and illusions and everything. So we don't catch that we're arguing with how we are. That's also an argument.
Mm.
But it's interesting too that this kind of rises up because we'll really, we want to do our best. I mean, it's how we are. It's actually very sort of well intentioned in many ways. Um, and it rises up only in response to something else in reality. Like if you were just on a desert island living somewhere and you never had to take care of your cat, which is
Mhm.
where we're going to go today, or taking care of anyone, for anyone watching, or having trouble with anything that's happening, in the world. Um, if you didn't have that trouble, you wouldn't feel critical of yourself. It
Mm.
kind of comes in like when we're a little child. Some of us younger than others, maybe, I don't know, but when you're a baby, you
Mm.
don't say, oh, I should be doing that better. I should have already walked by now, or I should be standing up longer. It's not even, because we're just not, we're not arguing really. We don't have the consciousness to do that. But here comes this thing that's conscious. So anyway, I love you asked that because I think it's important. And we'll touch with it, but I think it's in the reaction to what is. And the thing that I'm having trouble with what is over there, tell us a little bit about what that is. And you can find the scariest or the most disruptive moment. There might be several things going on with this little dear being that lives with you now.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Um, my biggest fear is that he dies and
Oh,
it's my fault,
oh,
basically.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And
You
he
know what?
just had surgery, so then that completely tenses the situation.
Yes. Oh, that's so powerful to even see it, that's really
Mm.
what this is about. People feel that way about their pets and other people they're taking care of and their children.
Yes.
I better do it right because I'm responsible.
Yeah.
It'll be my fault if
Mm.
something goes wrong or if they die. I
Mm.
mean, that's pretty heavy. So
Mhm. Huge.
it's so huge. So you're especially thinking about this because did you say he had surgery? He's had surgery.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had surgery before yesterday, so
Yeah.
not even 2 days ago. I picked him up around 20 hours ago.
Oh, it's very fresh. And
Yes,
yeah.
very fresh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that thought, what's interesting about if he dies, it'll be my fault. It's a projection into the future because he
Yeah.
hasn't died.
Not even near.
Right. Yeah, right. But I love that, you find that when you see the worry, it's like, oh, that's what I feel concerned about. Like that ultimately, then he'll be gone.
Mm.
So there he is. So see what's actually happened, knowing that this is a fear about the future.
Mm.
What's happening there when he's like, had surgery, bandaged up,
Mm.
suffering somehow.
Mm,
what would you say feels like the scariest as you look at that over there? You know, like I'm afraid because, how would
mm,
you fill that in? What would be your sentence?
mm. Well, just before getting on the call, he chewed off his bandage, so his entire wound. He got a toe amputated on his paw, a big toe amputated. So there's one toe less, and I woke up from my nap, and there he comes with blue paw, and I don't know if it's bloody or what's going on, and
Mm.
he just chewed it off. And he's just looking at me.
Oh, yeah. I know I'm laughing, but
I freaked
sure.
out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It can be
Yeah,
frightening, you know, it's just looking at that.
yeah,
So it's scary just seeing this, just seeing it. Wow, it really makes me think of like this is not uncommon. You know, you see the creature or the person that you care about, and there they are suffering, or they look
yeah,
it looks like they are. They're suffering. Something's
yeah,
happened. They're wounded.
yeah. And it's without or like beyond my control. That's the
Yeah,
yeah, that's the point. That's
that's
the real point.
totally. Oh my gosh.
I can't control, and I can't control what he does.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
like jumping all over the place, and just like licking his paw, and
yeah,
he seems totally fine. And I'm crying. I'm looking at him and crying because I
yeah,
was just yeah. But he's fine. He's totally fine.
yeah. I would say, you know, probably a core underlying belief is this he's in danger, you know,
Yeah.
he's in
Yeah.
danger. Because in a way with this animal, it's interesting. You don't know for sure if they're suffering. In fact, you're finding as soon as you look at that, they're not, you know, he's not,
Yeah.
he looks like he's fine,
Yeah.
not emotionally, you know, whatever. But, but
No, he started chasing a spider, so I think it's
yeah,
all good. And I was
he's busy
crying.
playing, like, right.
Yeah.
All right. He's in danger and you might not even know it. He's in danger, but he's in danger.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is very interesting. He's in danger. All right, see if that's true.
No, not ultimately. I mean, first of all, he's not in danger even conventionally, because I even called the vet, and the vet said it was fine to wait until tomorrow. So, and nothing, he said nothing urgent can happen until tomorrow morning. So it's fine. So conventionally, he's not in danger.
Hmm.
And he seems much happier now than when the bandage was on. So he's just thrilled and jumping around, chasing spiders on the floor. So he's conventionally not in danger. And then also, ultimately, I mean, do a lot of spiritual practices, and I know that even ultimately, even if he would die, he's not in danger.
Uh,
He
yeah,
will be so fine. I mean, I'll be the one who would be heartbroken. So he's not, I'm in danger. He's not the one, I'm in danger, actually.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, actually, he's not the one in danger. I'm in danger here.
Wow, isn't that something to just with the question, is it true? Wow, when I
Yeah.
really get down to what this is here, is it's me. I feel in danger.
Yeah.
Okay, which often that's an amazing thing for anybody following this and doing the work at the same time, pet or your child.
Yeah.
Where
True.
I go there, just because I haven't had a pet as an adult. So interestingly, it's just gone that way. And I've loved animals very much. And the thing that came to my mind was like my daughter crashing on her bike, you know,
Hmm.
when she first came in with the neighbor carrying her in. And it's like that adrenaline, you know, she's in danger,
Hmm.
she's in danger.
Hmm.
So what happens when you think this thought? When this just becomes, it explodes in front of you even. What happens? How do you react? He's in danger.
Well, like stress and I mean, probably if he was a human being, he could probably pick up on my stress and probably would feel in danger himself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he would probably pick up on that. Now he's a cat, and he just looked at me and with big question mark and was wondering why on earth am I weeping? I'm not the one who got my toe amputated, and why am I weeping? It's like, hello. And then he started chasing a spider. So
So funny. Oh my gosh.
so that was my lesson.
Yeah.
I'm just making it all up. Like I'm just like spiraling off into fantasy land, catastrophe,
Yeah.
yeah, freaking out. And there's no danger actually.
Yeah. Well, and that's good to imagine. What kind of pictures do you have about you being in danger? When you think he's in danger, you feel like you're in danger. What do you picture him
Yeah,
doing?
I feel in danger all the time. I'm actually, yeah, I feel like my fight and flight response just completely went off, and I'm probably putting ourselves both of us in danger, because if I'm not well, I can't take care of him.
Hmm.
And I'm just by stressing, I'm actually becoming a danger to myself. Yeah,
Mm,
because I've been stressing for 2 days now. Even before he went into surgery, I was stressing, and
mhm.
I barely slept. And if I would continue stressing like this, I probably would get ill. Yeah. So then he would be in danger, actually, when I believe that thought. Yeah, if I continue believing it, he would be. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that powerful? It's like, so he's in danger. I kind of, in the moment, he even starts scampering after a spider. So I don't, but I feel the adrenaline and it does shift. But the pictures that go with that is like, he's in danger. I'm in danger. I need to stay here to take care of them. He
Yeah.
needs me. Like, like terrible. What will happen if it's terrible if I'm sick, or if I
Yeah.
can't do it, or if I'm,
And then that's my fault. If I'm sick, I've made it. I made this happen too. That's my fault too. Like, it's
totally, yes.
yeah.
I love in this sub question in 3, when we're looking at how you react and what happens. It's like, how do you treat yourself? How do you see yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, it's my fault. I got to pull this together. Or my thinking is even my fault. I
Yeah.
think differently. We'll go
Yeah.
quick. I got to
Oh
figure.
yeah. It's
Something
like
wrong.
downward spiral. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's
And that
insane.
is.
Yeah.
It's
And then
funny.
I beat myself up because I'm thinking something that could potentially
Yeah.
made me sick, uh, out of worry. And then yes, it's like it's like it never ends. It could go on forever. Actually, I could blame myself eternally if I
Yes.
chose to go down that lane.
Yes. It's really interesting. The father of my children, who I was divorced from, but we were very, very close. He died about a year and a half ago. And I had the thought, I noticed myself thinking the thought, now I have to live. I have to live. They can't be orphans too young, and they're young. They're like 20. They were 20 and 23 at the time when he died, or close. They're not. They're grown people, but it was still like, it'd be terrible. So I got to stay alive. Wouldn't that be awful? I mean, I actually had that.
Yeah.
Um, so when I think they're in danger somehow, I mean, the whole system of the story is who's taking care of who's responsible for what, and
Mm.
I think I need to live in order
Yeah.
for them to be happy. I
Yeah.
this is I have heard this several times doing lots of the work with people on this virus thing that's happening. It's like
Mm.
they have to live so their families are okay. They need to live,
Mm.
which is
Mm.
really interesting. Just watching the stress of it. You described it well. It just kind of goes into more and more danger.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how I think that like with my mom too, like oh, I can't die because she would be devastated because she's got only me.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that a lot. Yeah, funny.
It's like he's in danger, and the core underlying belief is he's in danger of dying. I'm in danger of losing people to
Yeah,
death, or they're in danger. If I think that's what
yeah,
happens when people die, then if I die, they're going to suffer also. They
mm,
won't make it.
mm,
They're not going to make it. They're not going to succeed.
mm,
It'll be too painful. Yeah.
mm. No, because actually, when I look at him and I think it comes out of compassion maybe and love for him and I see that he's in pain and he had surgery and all that and of course like my first thought is like he's in danger or I have to save him, I'm responsible. I want to ease his pain. I'm afraid of doing something wrong, that he'll be in more pain or something like that. So all these thoughts come, but ultimately, I realize that if he dies, I'm the one who's in danger and
Wow.
who's going to be suffering. So I'm not actually freaking out because of his suffering, because he was obviously fine, but I'm freaking out of fear of suffering myself, of losing him.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is kind of so precious to see, like, I will suffer too much, or I'll be too heartbroken. Can I absolutely know it's true? I won't go on. I won't
Mm,
be able to live. I won't, I won't.
mm,
These are powerful to question.
yeah.
Yeah. It's all part of the story. It's like it's interwoven
Mm,
with this thought. He's got to live because I will suffer if he dies. In a way, that's an amazing thing to see. It's like, oh,
yeah.
good. But then
Yeah, but
yeah.
it comes back to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And also like and not only heartbroken out of losing him, but also will I ever stop blaming myself because he's my responsibility? Also that, just like with a child, one loses a child, I guess one blames oneself for eternity.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what comes up.
Yeah. Right. Heartbreak of that. Well, so this is interesting. So let's see what happens. If
Yeah.
you weren't able to think the thought, so I love that the question is, who would you be? You don't have to actually already be there. You know,
No.
who would you be without the thought, this is dangerous? He's in danger. And even in the story, because it's Velcroed right there, like, I'm in danger too. I wouldn't make it if he died. So who would you be just without that story? Without that story, this is dangerous. Can be kind of strange to look
Mm,
at, sickness or surgery,
mm,
anything that sort of
mm,
threatens the body, threatens something,
mm.
without the thought it's dangerous. But how interesting.
Yeah, these are the times to do it.
I know, right? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, these are the times to do it. Yeah. I mean, I know that I'm not my body and he's not his body. And then I'm human, so I'm absolutely identified with my body at the same time.
right.
So it's like this
Yeah,
reality.
yeah,
Mm,
which is okay.
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I guess like if I wouldn't have that thought, I mean, first of all, my adrenaline would stay normal. My heart rate wouldn't go up like crazy.
Mhm. Mhm.
My nervous system would be relaxed. Yeah. And I would feel much happier then and just more peaceful and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Without the story, you notice you do the best you can. You know, you really are doing the best you can.
Mm. Yeah.
Couldn't do anything more. Can't do anything better. Or like even the expectations we have of like I am responsible for keeping this person alive. Or this animal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's a tough. It's not possible. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I don't know how parents do it, to be
yeah.
honest.
Right.
No,
Right.
really, I'm freaking out over a cat, and I just, I don't know. I think I would lie sleepless for the rest of my life if I had a kid. I don't know how you guys do it. I'm in awe.
Yeah. It's kind of
Yeah,
amazing that so many of us, you know, bear children, propagate with so much of
yeah,
the story there. But what's really sweet about it is the way I can just see how we all have something alive here that doesn't believe the story too, because it's not like you're believing it all the time. When you're a
mm,
mother or parent or the mom to a cat, you're
yeah,
not like every minute thinking about it. You go to sleep sometimes.
yeah,
So in a way, you kind of know what it's like to be without the thought. Um,
yeah,
we just forget that we forget about that sometimes. I think it's so comes back
yeah,
and get to
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's funny. And then oh, I just slept 8 hours. I didn't think about that, and
right.
the cat or the child is still alive, and
Right.
even though I did not think that thought.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe I don't need to think it daytime either.
Yeah. Isn't that so? It's like a marvel. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Have to. I can just be in this big I
Yeah.
don't know place. That's who we are without the thought, and
Yeah.
still notice they live.
Yeah.
We're not. I mean, we're not saying,
Yeah.
but it's like,
Yeah.
that it unfolds the way it does, and sometimes
Yeah.
there's life, and sometimes there's death, and
Yeah.
still okay either way. I mean, that is interesting. We're all gonna every single living thing seems to morph into something like maybe that body drops, and then
Yeah.
even plants. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, it's natural.
yeah,
And yet I'm trying to control nature.
right.
And giving myself a hard time if in case I wouldn't be able to control it when actually the equation of life is that everything is impermanent and we can't control it. So it's just yeah, I can see how absolutely insane that is to trying to control anything, and in
Mm,
particular someone else's life, or like keeping someone alive.
yeah, and it's not sort of like diminishing that you wouldn't be sitting and crying, feeling the grief or the heart, like just piercing
Yeah,
your heart if you're with your little animal or your
yeah,
child or your parent or somebody. That can all still be there and
yeah,
still.
it is heartbreaking.
Yes, and
It
that's
really
like,
is.
that's like just the full feeling. It's incredible. But to have that and just notice that can be there, at least for me, without the belief this is dangerous that this is happening.
Mm,
Like there's no future in a way, like without the thought, it's okay,
mm,
things come and go. It doesn't mean, I think of my father sometimes who died, I always thought fairly young, of leukemia. And
mm,
and I still think of him all the time. It's been gone
mm,
30 years or something. It's like,
mm.
and but so much love and so much definitely heartbreak, but just without the thought it was like the tragedy of a lifetime forever, and it was a total loss.
Mm,
And I don't know, there's just something that I really appreciate, or that he is dead, and it's terrible.
mm,
It's different. It's different. Feels different.
mm,
So
mm,
let's turn it around. So, dangerous that this is happening with this animal.
mm,
I think you were seeing this already. My thoughts are dangerous, or my
Oh
thinking
yeah,
is dangerous.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're not making me any good. They're not
yeah,
doing me any good for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
What I like this. Somebody shared this with me once. If I looked, these thoughts are dangerous. They're very scary. They affect the body. I think things and I feel things. But if I looked into a basket of
Mm,
my thoughts,
mm.
I would see nothing.
Yeah.
So actually, they're all in here. But it's also okay.
Yeah, because they are not dangerous either. I'm not under like imminent threat
Yeah,
from my thoughts. It's not like, but I react as if like yeah, like life, external events are gonna kill me, and then I react as if my thoughts are gonna kill me.
right. Yes, yes. Isn't that?
Like I'm literally being attacked.
Yeah,
And when I realize, no, but I'm not being attacked now. I see I'm safe in my house. The cat is safe. I'm safe. Everyone's safe. And then I just feel like, oh, but I shouldn't be thinking this because I'm making
right. Yeah,
my thoughts are dangerous. So
yeah,
and then I stress because of that.
yeah.
So yeah. I'm making them dangerous.
Yeah. What I like is it's sort of like if you watch a really scary movie, you do get affected by it, but you also kind of know the whole time, well, that's not really real. Ew, I don't like that. But it's not real. So you kind of,
Yeah.
and then also it's kind of cool to notice, even when it seems real with your own little animal, you still could take a nap. You're
Yeah.
still like the thoughts aren't constantly there. So in a way that's true. My thinking creates a feeling of danger, but they aren't in and of themselves dangerous either.
No. No.
It's good to notice.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm just imagining how if I would write every single thought on a like on the airplanes, they have these like banderoles after them, and they just fly across the sky. And if all my thoughts were like like displayed on a banderole after an airplane, they would just like pass by, and then they would be gone. And it's like, oh yeah, no, that's not dangerous. That's just like words. It's
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
well, or like, just pick a note with my thoughts. I would just be like, oh, ha, 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 like, oh, that's like a line in a movie or something.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love it. Isn't that great? Yeah. It's just a picture. And you picture like the wonderful way you were describing what it's like when you have the thought and you're a believer. I think it's like
Mm,
when I'm
yeah.
believing more thoughts, or I'm just notice they're there,
Mm,
but I don't necessarily have to believe them if I question them. Yeah.
exactly.
So I
To
see.
believe. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So just thinking it's true. Um, so another turnaround. I think you were finding this. I'm the one in danger. It's like when you believe he's in danger, your little animal, you think you're in danger of losing them,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. He's not in danger. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in danger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is another wonderful thing to question. Like I think I would not be safe. I would not be, I'd suffer if I lose that person.
Yeah.
It seems odd, or that animal. It seems odd, but can we absolutely know it's true?
Mm. For a while, Yeah, in the beginning,
Okay.
yeah. And then it would pass or change nature like everything else.
Mm-hmm.
If I would believe it, I would probably suffer forever. If I would like hold on to the self-loathing and the fear of having done something wrong or the regrets, I mean, I have seen this before, it could live on forever, then it probably would become true. But if I don't believe that thought, or that it would be my fault, or did I do something wrong, or the entire universe blames me, this is my responsibility of
Yes.
this animal, this person, this my response, because I feel that for my mom too. So it's not like I don't have kids, but I feel that responsibility for my mom.
Yeah. Yes.
Probably everyone else who walks the planet. So it's very, yeah, it's very common.
Yeah.
I feel that, yeah, that if they, maybe not if they die, but if they are unhappy, that's my fault. Or if they, and
Yeah.
if my mom is unhappy, if something happens to her, it's my responsibility. So I have that sense
Wow.
of responsibility
Yeah.
a lot. And if I believe that thought, yeah, I've seen where that goes bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's very painful, very painful.
Very painful. Yeah. I
Yeah,
get it. I love the noticing of all of that, death, loss, unhappiness, and then like that, the way the mind loves to find out whose fault it is,
yeah, yeah.
my fault.
Has to be someone's. Has to be someone's. Yeah,
Yes. Has to be someone, something, something's fault,
yeah. This is
Right.
wrong. Shouldn't happen.
Yes.
So, and usually, then I think it's my fault. Okay, so it's my fault. Okay.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, because I am responsible of keeping everyone alive and happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Which,
Yeah.
right. Right. So good to question, like you did, like you're hearing that at the very beginning.
Yeah.
It's wow, I'm expecting myself to be in charge of something that I'm not in charge of.
Yeah.
I'm really not in charge of. We just do the best we can and we're not in charge. You know,
Yeah.
the comings and goings of even life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
And
not
it doesn't
dangerous.
really stop. Yeah.
It's amazing to turn it all the way around to like this is actually safe. Look, like
Yeah.
it's not dangerous, it's safe. And it's even safe. It seems odd, but it's safe for him to be like injured. And it's even safe if he dies. The ultimate thing that I think is unsafe, it's actually okay.
Yeah. 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 It's totally safe. And I mean, I know that death is paradise, so he will be fine. It's not like he's gonna suffer if he goes. It's gonna be in
Yeah.
cat heaven.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. And
Yeah.
you can really feel, because they are such wise beings, that he has no fear of going whatsoever.
Yeah.
No fear.
Isn't that beautiful?
Nothing. Just 'cause, yeah, when I've had pets before, and I had a rabbit, he just went like a flower, just
Oh.
like a flower, just so, with such ease, just and then he was gone. And I was crying my eyes out, but yeah, that was a lesson, yeah.
Yeah.
Was a deep,
And it doesn't mean you wouldn't cry, but there's sort of a weird,
yeah,
I mean, it just, yeah, maybe you just sob your heart out. And it's just that
yeah,
it's not like this unnecessary suffering that kind of,
yeah,
like you said, where it starts to feel like it lasts forever when you put all these things on it. It's just,
yeah. Especially like, whose responsibility? Was my responsibility.
yeah,
Who's to blame? I'm to blame.
yeah,
Like, kind of things.
yeah.
Mm.
It's interesting without that, without the story of there's anyone or anything to blame at all. How strange. It's like,
Yeah, that's really strange.
yeah, it's really
I'd love to get there. Oh my God, that would be, woo, that would be such a relief to live from that place.
Yeah, yeah,
Things happen and there's like no one to blame. Because I think I blame others equally, but of course I attack myself first. But it's just like,
yeah.
yeah, it's just the thought there has to be someone to blame. Well, I can't blame someone else. I just blame, yes, I just blame myself. And that's sorted.
Yes, yes. it's it's not uncommon.
Right? Good.
You know, very, very normal. In a way, there's kind of a, yeah, a sort of funny wisdom to that, where it's um, awareness of this can't be someone else, but I still want to have
Yeah.
something to blame so I can like make a change, you know, or be in charge or whatever. It's just very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Be in charge. Yeah. Like not be powerless. Yeah.
Yes.
Not feel
Yeah.
helpless or powerless. If I at least believe that this is my responsibility and I'm at fault and I, I rule this thing, like I control this. I control whether he lives or dies. Yeah, at least then I don't feel powerless. So
Yeah.
I'm choosing between blame and powerlessness.
Yeah. I love that find. That's really, because that could be a stressful story. It could be, if there's
Yeah,
no blame, it doesn't mean I'm powerless.
yeah, yeah,
That there's, I don't know, a good kind of empowerment somehow. It's just like
yeah.
letting it be the way it is, you know, letting it be the
Mhm.
way it is. Might have more power in it than we know. At least I keep
Mhm.
finding that out. I suppose.
Yeah, and then there's a reason I see now why I hold on to blame and having to be in control. And I know that I'm more afraid of feeling powerless
Mm.
than blame.
Yeah. Isn't that
I
something?
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
It's really huge.
It's really interesting to see that's what we believe the alternative is just like
Mm.
absolutely powerless, just passive, you laying on the floor, and it doesn't
Yeah,
matter if somebody kicks you when you walk, you know, when
yeah.
by whatever. I don't care about any, you know, I'm nothing, and I'm
I'm
bad.
a doormat,
Yeah, yeah,
ripped into pieces by
yeah,
everyone. Like, just come here and take me, whatever you
yeah,
want. But
yeah.
if I blame, if I control everything and blame, then at least that won't happen.
Yes, yes, yes. So
That's only two outcomes. When
yeah,
the universe has multiple outcomes, and
yeah,
but I only have those two. It's like,
yeah.
sad.
Well, it does like to see things in mine in black and white, you know, and like
Yeah, yeah,
between two things only, you know, duality.
yeah.
Yeah. And there,
Yeah, I see. That's what I believed because I've been wondering for many years why I blame myself so much and why I have so much self-loathing and self-criticism. It's huge, like
yeah.
self-criticism and fear of criticism. Also, like actually, I also do blame myself because if I do blame myself, at least I blame myself before anyone else gets to it. So
Yeah. Yeah. So the mind's
because
got
I'm
it.
selfish.
I
Yeah,
love it. It's got its advantages for blame,
yeah,
self-blame.
yeah,
You know, it thinks that
yeah,
you wouldn't do it if you didn't see those advantages in place.
yeah.
And you know, but it's really beautiful work that you've done today, because it's on kind of like something when we're really looking, and actually it's a door open to, you know,
Mm,
disease and loss and death. I mean, just
mm,
kind of like loss, and which is a really deep inquiry. It's very powerful. So I
yeah.
really appreciate your work today.
Thank
Amazing.
you. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I really feel there are many doors opening,
Yeah.
especially the one of underlying emotions, like why, yeah, now I can see why I'm so hard on myself. Mm.
Isn't that great? And I love
Mhm.
finding that like, why am I thinking that if I'm not just saying, and I shouldn't be, you know,
Mm. Yeah,
or I should
yeah,
be,
yeah.
just seeing, I wonder about that. I wonder why, I wonder what's going on there. And like, there could be an advantage. Isn't that amazing to just see it under the surface? It's like, yeah. And I'm trying to protect myself from the future suffering if my cat died, you know, or if my cat, something worse happened. And
Grief or loss or
yeah.
also judgment, also others blaming and judging me for not taking care of my cat well enough. Also,
Good one. Very
yeah.
good catch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. If I sort of feel the burden of it first, nobody will touch that, you know. They won't be able to surprise me with the criticism. Yeah.
Yeah, if I criticize myself first, then
Yeah.
maybe they will spare me.
Yes. Yes. So good.
But yeah.
So good to see that. Dangerous, you know, just thoughts are dangerous about being criticized, losing something, doing it wrong, but very, very sweet. I love that.
And feelings are dangerous. Like, I mean, my thoughts, they come from the fact that I am terrified of feeling powerless. So I believe that feeling powerless is dangerous. Like I'm terrified of feeling that fully. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but now I allow myself to feel it. Now I realize, okay, I can just allow myself to feel that. That's equally safe to feel like it is safe to feel grief or anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, sadness or anxiety or whatever. I mean, I allow myself to feel those things, but I've never really allowed myself to feel powerlessness. That's a big one. That's a big 5 for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a good continued study from this. It's just noticing, you know, and that could be instead of I'm powerless. Oh, tragedy is so terrible. Oh, I'm powerless in this, but you know, something about like it's okay. I'm still alive anyway. I don't know. I can function. I can, you know, something about that. It's just fascinating.
Yeah, and then also just then I can just give the reins to the bigger whole. Like the universe is apparently running the show.
Yes.
Because I am powerless and I'm 40 years old and I'm alive and it's going pretty well. I mean, like, yeah, I can really see I have these sometimes do you call that yeah, it's like the angels are putting little, they're helping me out. So this really, yeah, whenever I actually am in danger for real, there's always something that happens that saves my ass, like something completely miraculous. It's absolutely
Amazing.
So I am not running the show. Like when I mess up and am truly in danger, then always something has come up. Always someone just saves me.
Isn't that
Yeah,
something?
it's amazing. So I can actually be powerless and just
Yeah. It's
just let the
okay.
universe
Yes.
take care of it, and I can relax.
Yes.
Ah, suddenly powerlessness just becomes, oh, how relaxing.
And I love it. How do you think you're more likely to take good care of your little beautiful animal? If you're relaxed or if you're terrified?
Oh wow! I mean, he picks up on me when I'm running
Yeah.
around being terrified. Like,
And same with kids, you know, you think,
yeah.
how are we more likely to be good models or like if we're relaxed or if we're terrified? And you can't just jump there. At least I sure couldn't. You can't say, okay, well, I'll just be a relaxed person then. No, no, no.
No.
You got to do the work just like you just did. You know,
Yeah.
you just did it. You just did it. It's like,
Yeah, you learn.
yes, take
Yeah.
the steps and kind of watch. Is it true? Look what
Mm.
happens when I believe it. Oh, who would I be without the thought?
Mm.
And then turning it around like you did. So, yeah, amazing.
Yeah. Amazing. It's amazing to see. Yeah, one doesn't have to be afraid neither of external events, circumstances, thoughts, or emotions.
Yeah, fear is not
Yeah.
required to make it go okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It's all taken care of.
yes, yeah.
Like
When adrenaline
Byron.
comes, you know, if adrenaline comes and fear is there, that's really, it's okay too. It's got its place. Just unnecessary fear. I love drops away when with this work, you know.
Yeah, yeah, believing in the story fear and just
Yeah.
perpetuating.
Yeah. Yeah. It just gets so much bigger, like 10 times bigger than it, than it actually, you know. Maybe a little adrenaline and alertness and like whatever, just the way we are, it's okay, but it's there, serves a
Just
purpose.
like animals.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like when they just shake it off. So,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
they're chasing spiders.
Right. So there
Oh,
you
that's
go.
such a
Yeah.
amazing teaching those little creatures. Yeah.
I love you. You came to do the work today. Thank you for your work. It's just,
Thank you.
yeah, so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Wonderful to meet you today. Wonderful to be with you.
Thank you, Grace.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was really life changing. Yeah. My eyes are like ding, like open. Oh my God, this is gonna make life so much easier.
Oh, that's so awesome. I love it. Yeah. 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 You got it.
I mean,
Uh,
bless you, and thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Take good
Thank
care.
you. Yes, I will. You too.